Good morning, everyone. How you doing? Good morning, Americans. Good morning to you future generations of the United States, whether you're the millennials or really more Gen Z. Gen Z, the what we call, I guess we call now the Alpha generation coming up. This video is for you, but anyone can watch it, anyone can listen, and there are basic principles that applies to everyone. Whether you like the facts or you don't like the facts, too bad. Now, I just gave a whole thing last week on the cancel culture. I'm sorry, hustle culture. Everyone's complaining, I need to work 2-3 jobs. I can't pay for anything. I still live at home. And my question is always first, well, how much debt do you have? Because if you took on so much debt, then the problem is you're not making enough money, although that could be an issue. The problem is you don't know how to manage money, you don't do any research, and your return on investment is terrible. I just gave a whole thing about car buying, car leasing, new cars and new car leases. Go check that out if you want. I'll post a couple of those links in the bottom. But today we're going to talk about college. The scam they call college. Now, listen, I'm going to be the first to want to tell you, there is a correlation between education and how much money you make. But the correlation does not mean necessarily going broke. Now, for all you people out there, and all your parents out there who are not any better, who keep sending your kids to these ridiculous universities, well, I want my kid to go to a good school. So are you saying all community colleges suck? Well, I don't want my go to an in-state school. I want to go to a good school. Are you saying all in-state tuition sucks? All in-state schools and city schools stink? Do you realize how stupid you sound? Well, I want to go to my alma mater because I went there, my grandma went there, my mother went there. I don't give a crap, all right? I mean, unless you want to pay for it and put yourself in debt for it so your kid can live debt-free, that's on your stupidity right there. And for all you people out there who said, well, I didn't know, this is what I was told. Listen, you have something I didn't have back in my day. And then we call them smartphones now. True story. We didn't have smartphones back then. We had cell phones, but they were flip phones. Is one any better? That's going as rude. Now, for all you idiots out there says, I don't want to go to community college, I want to go to way school. Why do you want to go to way school? To try to pretend that you're an adult? Living on your own when your parents are paying for your own, for your education? Or, even worse, like an idiot, you took out a stupid loan to go party and live in a glorified studio apartment with someone else, when that money could have been spent on an actual piece of real estate that you could have called your own. Yeah, but the campus is so beautiful. Who gives a crap? That beautiful campus ain't gonna do crap for you when you get out in 4 years. It's a memory. And if you want to go party so badly, then go visit your friends on the weekends to their party schools and party with them and go back to being smart and responsible. There's nothing wrong with community college. If anything, I think that, from experience told me, the teachers are better in community college. You know why? Because unlike the 4-year schools where you just get a whole bunch of career teachers who've been out of the field for so long or were never really in it, community college, from my experience, don't just have professors, they have people who are experienced. And we're on the job. I'll give you an example. I was a criminal justice student, graduated with my degree. My professors in the community college were this. The head of the department was a retired NYPD sergeant who went to school as he worked and became a criminal justice teacher after he retired from the NYPD. So you have someone from the world's largest police department who's a supervisor teaching you. That is some valuable experience. Another one, retired New York State Police state trooper who was in the BCI. If you don't know what the BCI is, basically the investigating unit of the state police. That was one skillful man. He was specialized in crime scene integrity, evidence collection and integrity, and then photography, crime scene photography. I learned a lot from that guy. Had another one, retired from the NYPD. While he was in the NYPD, went to law school, graduated, and then became a local judge up here in my area. So you have a career police officer and now a judge. That is some valuable experience right there. And we had what we call adjuncts, part-time professors. One was a Putnam County Sheriff Deputy who was still on the job. Great guy to listen to. We had another one, young, hot-looking, beautiful woman. She was a lawyer. I'm not sure if she was a lawyer or a prosecutor. No, she was a lawyer. Very knowledgeable. She was awesome. And that's just the tip of the iceberg right there. All those are all skillful people who are retired from many years' experience or on the job teaching you current stuff. You can't beat that. And after I graduated, I continued my education, but you know what? I paid cash for that community college. Now, it took me a long time because I paid for it on my own. I didn't take out a loan out. I wasn't going to take a loan out. So sometimes I went part-time, sometimes I went full-time. But I paid cash. And once I got my foot in law enforcement and I continued, my union had a tuition reimbursement program. So when I went by to get my degree, they paid for it. I had to lay the money down out front first. And I had to maintain a C average or better, and they would reimburse me. And once I got one semester of that, I used the same money I got reimbursed and did it over and over and over again until I graduated and didn't pay almost a single dime. They even covered my books. I just had to pay for gas to get there, and all the usual stuff. If I wanted to eat on campus, I did that, but that was nothing compared. Okay, so it's possible to come out of school not being broke. Now, if you're looking at me, oh, you're retired. That was back when tuition was cheap. Okay, I'll give you my younger sister. Went to the same schools I did to become a nurse. Went to the nursing program. Now, did the smart thing. She took all her bullshit courses out of the way. Then she took all her sciences out of the way. Then she did her clinicals. And she worked in all the hospitals around this area, doing all kinds of stuff. Graduated with a 2-year degree in nursing for a hell of a lot less money for you either who are going to school for 4 years, coming out with a nursing degree, you have no experience. She took a board test here, passed it, became a nurse right away, started working. Got some valuable experience. Because of that, she wanted to continue education. She went to another in-state school to go for a 4-year degree. And because she went to an in-state school, tuition was way cheaper than going away for school. Even though she did go away because this is kind of far. But a lot less money than, say, going to, I don't know, out of state somewhere. I don't know where the medical schools is, but I don't care. We'll go Duke University. Okay? I'll just throw that one out there. Duke University. Now, because she had experience, already going to Binghamton. She knew a lot, and it made her education that much easier because she had hands-on experience already, and I think she continued to work while she was there, part-time. Got out, worked at some of the best hospitals in Long Island and New York City, to the point where they liked her so much, she found a hospital that would not only give her a job with a pretty decent salary, but as long as she worked there, would pay off her college loan. So if she worked there for a month, they would pay that 1 month. She worked there for 12 months, they gave her 12 payments of college tuition they paid for. That's how you do it. Then she continued again. Wanted to go back for a master's degree. This time she went Ivy League. Columbia. Now she did take a student loan out, but again, because she was experienced, it made, even though don't get me wrong, the education's tough. It wasn't easy what she did, but because she had her hands in the field already, she knew more better than the one who just been sitting in the classroom for 4 or 5 years with no experience. And she graduated. Now she had a big loan, but because she now she was a nurse anesthesiologist, she was looking around for better jobs, and she ended up moving to New England, way up in New England. But they courted her like a doctor. So not only did they give her more money up there because there was a shortage of those type of nurses than they were in New York City, she was living in a much cheaper area, which she should get 2 races, not living in New York State and living in Maine. Get more money, and get this, because they courted her like a doctor, they were going to pay her loan off at Columbia University for us every month she worked there. Same deal she got. She was so good, she got on to the Maine Board of Anesthesiologist Nurse for the state of Maine. She made a name for herself and didn't have to pay much back because she was smart about it. Now, if you want, I'll give you an example of my other sister, the youngest sister, Generation Y. She said, screw that, I'm going to a trade school. And she did. Became an esthetician. I mean, yeah, the tuition was more up front, but I can honestly say, compared for you suckers that go away for 4-year colleges and come out with no experience and a piece of paper and you're pretty much drunk, she had a trade right away. She started working out in salons and locally, and she got her foot in the door in the medical doctor's office. And then eventually she opened up her own business. And she was so good at what she did, she went on and I think she expanded on the makeup. And she's doing very well for her. In fact, a doctor she once worked for called up years later to come back and work as an independent contractor. And has led to other opportunities in New York City for her. So, again, there are other options out there than going to school and learn nothing and come out with no skill, not with a piece of paper, and not be in debt. For all you people that go out there because you want to live on a nice campus in a glorified studio apartment with someone else you may or may not like, well, you just threw away your potential for buying your own house on the lake if you were smart, or at the beach. Or you could have had your first place and working on getting your second piece of real estate. Instead, you wanted to go out and drink and be a whore. This goes for guys too. For 4 years and go around mess around. Great. So you basically took out a loan from anywhere from $70,000 to $200,000, or $500,000 in some cases, to drink, live on a beautiful campus that you gave up in 4 years, and be a whore. Well, maybe you did work hard. You stayed away from that, but you still came out with thousands and thousands of dollars in debt, a piece of paper, and no skills or work experience to show for it. This is why your employers do not care where you go to school. Can you do the job? Will you show up in time? Can you work with others? Can you follow orders? Can you follow through with orders? Can you be friendly to your patients or your customers or your associates? Can you get the job done? Do you have character, integrity? Are you a hard worker? This is stuff that colleges cannot teach you. You either have them or you don't. Remember this about colleges, everyone. Even trade schools. Whether you like it or not, or want to believe it or not, they're a business first, like everything else. They are a business first. And when you go out and you put yourself in debt and you come out with no trade, no skill set, all you did was secure a tenured professor's pension, made a school richer, and made the banks richer off the interest of a loan you can't pay back. Comments down below. What's your opinion? I'd like to know. Keep the country in prayer. We'll talk to you later.